Happy third line day to you, my friends. Welcome to the Riding Across of Tension. We're going to keep moving through the line values because this particular transit can be very inspiring to learn from. And here we can see powerlessness. It's a day for powerlessness. Have you noticed that the just are condemned to a futile confrontation with superior forces? Now think about that. This is about the superior force. There's no end to hierarchies in this life. And Neptune exalts this line. Defeat as a survivable humiliation, often acceptable through the abuse of drugs and alcohol. Unless one follows one's own material path, the breaking of the ego by superiors. And Jupiter detriments this line. Total withdrawal, a lack of will for the material path in order to protect the ego. So if we take a look at this particular line value, you can see how much longer, about half a day, how much longer we have to deal with this third line energy of powerlessness. And I find it interesting, Jupiter being spoken about today, Jupiter, where we have a really beautiful exaltation I want to get to in just a minute. But Jupiter expands what it touches. And there are 43 detriments of Jupiter. You can see total withdrawal from that material path, a lack of will. This is a willpower gate, a lack of will for the material path in order to protect the ego. So Jupiter is the god of expansion, generosity, exaggeration, greed, philosophy, belief systems, higher learning, principles, ethics, morals, the law, travel, foreign languages and places. Jupiter represents social learning through storytelling, teaching, theater, games, and play. Ah, by Jove, this is the benevolent planet of good fortune. And here we have Jupiter touching us in the world of grace. So when it comes to this transit, it's giving us a law of grace through the gate of openness, which is a quality of behavior best suited in handling mundane and trivial situations. Jupiter giving us directness, which is a disregard of form when required. That's what we're learning about, a disregard of form when required. This is the power inherent in higher principles to successfully transgress behavioral codes. The possibility through emotional awareness to behave individualistically in social interaction. Now, if we move down to the third line of the 48, we are talking about the well again, the gate of depth, where we have our grounding and balance for today. And this is about going incommunicado, the moon exalted, symbolized by the no moon phase, where the potential of light is unrecognized, unavailable, and unknowable. The redeeming value is in the transience of such a stage, which can give strength to those so affected, where the development of taste and depth is a long-term process. And then on the flip side, we have Mercury in detriment, the profound anxiety when a profound intelligence is forgotten in the wilderness. The tendency in a long-term process, i.e. the development of taste and depth, to anxiety. And what kind of anxiety are we talking about here? Just like yesterday, this is the fear of inadequacy. I don't have enough depth, so I think I'll go study more. Let's study more together, my friends. Did you notice that moon, the development of taste and depth, is a long-term process? That moon was exalting this earth. And that moon happens to be right next door to the sun today.